54, 54.
Mi chiamo Mario Sarale.
You gave us a wonderful tour of your farm today. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started, what you raise, what you produce here?
Barbara dice che hanno fatto un tour bellissimo qui alla fattoria e vuole sapere se dai qualche dettaglio in più sul vostro posto qui.
Certamente, grazie a voi per averci visitato. È sempre un piacere
Mario is saying that he thanks you for coming to visit, and as he explained this morning during the visit, the place is not set up for tourists at all. It is not a crystal palace, as he calls it. It's not a fake place, but it is exactly their routinely everyday life that we get to see here, their job, what they do, what they produce, which is exactly what they do for their living. He explained that in his family it's 7 brothers and sisters. He's the 6th, and he is a technician as other brothers. His older brother is a veterinarian. So among all of them, with all their expertise, they were able to pick up the family business and run it. And so Mario is explaining that 24 years ago, just after he was done with his studies, he went to his father, who didn't produce milk at all at that point. He was just producing, cheese. He was just producing milk. He went to his father and he asked for a little room if he could try and produce cheese. And he started with 2 or 3 types 24 years ago, and he's adding 2 or 3 types every year, and now they are up to 47.
Do your children, do you have children in the family between all the brothers that are going to follow in the business?
Sì, siamo una famiglia numerosa, e I nostri figli, I miei
So yes, there is a younger generation. They're still too young, they're still studying, and he insisted on the fact that there's no pressure on these children to get into the fold. As they did, as Mario and his brothers and sisters did, they were welcome to follow their own passions and inclinations, so it's not a given that they will be working in the family industry. This was a very nice anecdote. He's saying that, again, they weren't cheese producers before him, and it all started by chance, just because he didn't pass his last high school year. He had to repeat it. And so he went through that final exam that for us is very big in Italy, twice. And so he was a bit late in looking for a job. His classmates had already done it the year previously. But it was just because of that one more year that he found the first job in a cheese factory, and he started being interested with it.
Obviously, you have a great passion for your business, and it has so many branches. I've been really impressed with what you've shown us today, where you started with the milk and then the cheese and the different varieties of cheese and then the hogs, and it just continues to grow. And one of the things that you have done is to export to the U.S. Has that been an easy process for you, working with through the red tape and through the marketing and the whole process?
No, è stato anche qua molto casuale, perché
So another anecdote actually, because he says the sending to the US and starting to work with the US market was another random thing that happened. His very first client, his very first customers 24 years ago when he started producing cheese was a person from the US, Mr. Chano from Boston, who is still today an importer of Mario's cheese, came, and he always gives this example when people say you're in the middle of nowhere. No, it's not easy to find you. But this guy at the time, 24 years ago, with no satellite, with no Google Maps, arrived in Milan with a plane and got a taxi, and he found him here in his courtyard without having had as much as a phone call. And so he started importing, but they had the most difficulties doing it in Italy, he said. And once they went through that process, they were already expert, I guess. And so dealing with the US was not a big deal.
I think this is very encouraging, because Oklahoma is in the middle of the United States, and that's one of the problems that we have is reaching out and getting our products out. So it's wonderful to hear someone from even further away and have so much success in this. As you look forward, as you talk to people, what is the crystal of what you want people to think about you? What do you want your image to be, as far as your business, your attitude towards what you do? And How do you want people to remember?
I prodotti fanno la loro parte, però
So in a case of someone who tries the products, because of course he says most of the work is the products themselves that do it. If it's a good product, people will remember it. But he says in case of someone trying their cheese and without having been here, he would like people to think, I want to meet this guy now that I've tasted his products. I want to meet Mario.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I am so glad I did meet you, Mario.
Thank you very much.
Grazie.
Grazie, prego.
Grazie Mario, thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.